Bonjour and welcome back to Fabulously Delicious, the French food podcast. Each Sunday in this special revisit series, we dive into some of our favourite episodes to bring you delicious insights and stories about French ingredients, dishes and culinary culture. Today, we're returning to the fascinating world of French herbs with an episode that's a little different. It's not exactly a herb, but it plays a starring role in kitchens and fields alike. It's the lovely, versatile alfalfa, or Luzerne as the French call it. So settle in, pour yourself a glass of something good, and let's explore this remarkable plant that's nourished people and animals across centuries here on Fabulously Delicious. Today, we're continuing the A to Z of French herbs, and today's herb, well, it's technically not a herb, it's a legume. But like many things here in France and the A to Z of French herbs, they're often used the same way as herbs, hence the reason why I've included them in this series. Alfalfa in French is pronounced Luzerne and spelled Luzerne. In France, alfalfa is also known as grain de planète fourrage, or grand trèfle, and coin de Bourgogne. The name alfalfa is mostly used in North America. In the UK, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand, it is also called lucerne. Alfalfa, the word, is actually a Spanish modification of the Arabic alfasfasa, and lucerne is from the provincial French language, the word luzerneau, meaning shiny worm, which was derived from the Latin lucerna, meaning lamp, which is supposed to reference the shiny appearance of the alfalfa seed. Some call it a vegetable and others a legume, and technically it is a legume. But at the same time, some would say it's a herb or a microherb. So for the purposes of this episode, we're including it as a herb here in France. Native to warmer temperate climates and originating in South Central Asia in what we now know as Turkey and Iran. Alfalfa is a flowering perennial herb and part of the Fabaceae family, which also includes peas, beans and other legumes. When it's a younger plant, it looks a little bit like clover, which is actually a cousin in the same family of plants. It has small purple flowers that turn into fruits that contain seeds. Often, alfalfa is cultivated as a foraging crop for livestock, as well as a cover crop and green manure. Normally, the crop will live for between 4 to 8 years, but it has been known to even grow for more than 20 years, depending on the variety and the climate in which it's been grown. Alfalfa is usually sown in July and August, so the later part of summer. Some of you might know it from the small containers you get of alfalfa sprouts at the store. But in fact, the plant grows to a height of 1 meter or 3 feet 3 inches. It has a deep root system, and the roots can grow to a depth of 15 meters or 49 feet underground to reach the groundwater. The deep root system helps to improve soil nitrogen fertility and protect the soil from erosion. In France, there are more than 180 varieties of alfalfa growing, including 10 of the provincial type that is adapted for the Mediterranean climate. The main types grown are in the north, with seeds of the Flemish varieties being used. Dehydrated alfalfa is used a lot in France for its nutritional qualities. It's also considered in France to be more sustainable, and the dehydrated alfalfa is mainly from the Champagne-Ardenne region. Using alfalfa as a livestock fodder has been going on since ancient Greek and Roman times. Pliny the Elder introduced Greece to alfalfa around 490 BC, when the Persians invaded Greek territory. In the 4th century, Palladius wrote in his book Opus Agriculturale about alfalfa. He said, "One sow down lasts 10 years. The crop may be cut 4 or 6 times a year. A juggerum of it is abundantly sufficient for 3 horses all year. It may be given to cattle, but new provender is at first to be administered very sparingly because it bloats up cattle." In the 16th century, Spanish colonizers introduced alfalfa to the Americas as fodder feed for their horses. though in the 18th century, colonies in the eastern part of the US tried to grow it without much success. Hence the reason today it's not really commercially grown in southern eastern parts of the US. Alfalfa seeds, though, were imported to California from Chile in the 1850s, and there it was a success. Now the US is the largest producer in the world, with around 22 million acres grown. Then you have Argentina on around 17 million acres, Canada with nearly 5 million, Russia with 4.5, and Italy and China both having around 3.2 million acres of alfalfa production. Alfalfa in cuisine is often represented by the use of alfalfa sprouts in salads and sandwiches. In France, the seeds are often eaten, as well as in the US, they are even ground into a flour. You can often find dehydrated alfalfa leaf in dietary supplements. Alfalfa is a moderate source of vitamin C, B, and zinc, and also vitamin K. It's used medicinally in both Western and traditional Chinese medicines. There's even a nutritious tea and tonic made from alfalfa that is used to treat arthritis, diabetes, digestive problems, weight loss, asthma, and even hay fever. I'm your host, Andrew Pryor, and whether you're joining me from a cozy kitchen or on the go, thanks for being part of this fabulously delicious journey. And that's it for today's revisited episode of Fabulously Delicious. I hope you enjoyed diving back into alfalfa and this fascinating French herb, or legume, as much as I did. Whether it's your first time hearing the story or a chance to rediscover it, I'd love to know your thoughts. Does it inspire you to try alfalfa sprouts in a salad? Or did you learn something fabulous about French cuisine and culture today? Share your insights with me by sliding into my DMs at Andrew Pryor Fabulously on Instagram, or email me at contact@andrewpryorfabulously.com. If you loved revisiting this episode, please rate and review the podcast on your favorite platform. It's one of the best ways to support the show, and it helps others discover it as well. And don't forget to share this episode with friends or fellow food lovers, because French cuisine is always better when it's shared. Thank you for joining me today and for keeping the spirit of French food alive. Remember my motto: whatever you do, do it fabulously. Merci beaucoup, and as always, bon appétit. Until next time, au revoir.